Okay, class. So today we're going to talk about the present perfect tense, how to form and use it. Now we use this tense a lot when we speak and when we write, maybe without actually thinking about when we're using it. But basically, this is the tense we use most often when we use have or has. You always use have or has when you're using the present perfect tense. And remember last week we talked about the past participle. So you always use have or has with the past participle. I have worked in a garden before. I have used a garden hoe. She has tilled the ground. Subject, I have, past participle, worked. She is the subject for the last sentence there. Has, and then the past participle, tilled. Let's look at a couple other examples. She has eaten the ice cream cone. The balloons have escaped. How about a couple more? The dog has gotten wet. The men have worked hard. So you probably recognize that you've used this before, but when do you use it? How do you know when you're supposed to use it if you're writing something? Or even if you're saying something and you're just not totally sure about what you're supposed to say. How do we know when we're supposed to use this tense? Well, there's several indicators, ways that we know that we should be using the present perfect. First, we use it to talk about something that started in the past and continues. So something that may have started a long time ago or just yesterday, but it's still going on. So here's the first one. I have swam in this pool all morning. I started swimming earlier and I'm still doing it. I have been in school for 6 years. I started 6 years ago. I was in school 6 years ago and I'm still there. For even more long term, my father has worked for that company for 24 years. That's much longer time. He has been working there for 24 years. He was working 24 years ago, and all that time up till now, he's been working for that company. I have not seen that movie in a long time, or I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I've seen it at some point, but it's been a long time, and up till now, since I last saw it, I have not seen it. So we use it to talk about something that started before and is still going on. We use it to say that something has happened several times, more than once. I have broken my leg 4 times in my lifetime. I'm not talking about each time specifically. I'm just saying that I broke it 4 times. I have been to New York City 10 times this year already. Already this year I've been 10 times. Okay? Up until now, I've completed 5 of my homework assignments. I haven't told you which ones I've done. I'm just saying that I've completed 5 of them. He has created 14 Lego sets this week. 14 times this week he has done something with Legos. And we have had 2 storms today. Today it has rained and thundered and stormed twice. We also use it to talk about recent events in the past, things that happened but not very long ago. Okay, so we use words like just. I have just gone to the store. Or we've recently returned from Florida. They have worked hard this week. Talking about things that are close in the past. He has already read that book. We use it to talk about life experience. I've never been to Russia or Ukraine. Now that's a negative use. We use the word never sometimes when we're using the present perfect tense. We've traveled across the country many times. He has been trained as an architect. She has ran a marathon. So things that have happened in your life, and you can think about things that you've done that you might want to use the present perfect tense for when you write your paragraphs. We also use it when we ask questions. Whenever we say, have you ever been to Disneyland? Have you ever eaten a whole pizza at one time? Have you had breakfast this morning? Whenever we ask, have you ever, then most of the time we'll answer back, no. If it's a negative, we'll say, no, I've never done that, right? So when we use it every time we ask, have you ever, we're using the present perfect tense.